What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of 5 Minute Warning.
What are you doing, man?
I mean, yo, man, I'm just making sure I don't catch that COVID again. So I decided to put a fake mask. No, let me stop. So, what's going on, everybody? Once again, it's Ruben. You can see half of me. I feel like Two-Face right now. That's because lights are terrible and they're not fun individuals. And of course, always you have AG and Mo B in the house. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
What's good? What's good?
So, and I guess I meant to have my mask on, but yeah, I was like 18 seconds. I don't care. I ain't that fast, so I'm not trying to do that to myself.
But
But
let me ask you a question though. You're in the house by yourself. Why you scared to catch the Rona?
it's symbolism, man. Symbolism. So like,
For what?
Or the more important question is who you done had in your house that's made you feel like you need to protect yourself. Better lights all that place down, bro.
First of all, that's so foul on so many levels.
Is it?
It's symbolism because basically I was going to start off saying that a whole bunch of people in this country think that we out this COVID stuff, and we real not, you know. And then remember a couple weeks ago in India, they thought they were done. No. They realized we spoke a little too soon, and so we need to realize that we're speaking a little too soon too. So we still need to be wearing masks. We still need to be taking care of whatever. And you know what? In these days of age, and days, and whatever this is called, because I can't speak right now. If you got to get that COVID test before you bring somebody up in your house, you know, it's what it is. You know, you got to make sure you have that protection. And you got to make sure you had that COVID test. So you can go out and buy them things now. So you should be like, "What's up, girl? You know, before you come to the crib, I need you to get a positive. I need you to get a negative on this COVID test." I mean, some people make people sign contracts.
Can't just wear it around your neck on a lanyard.
For real?
I mean, just take a picture, have it printed, and put it on a lanyard so you can just show folk.
I mean,
that's what I had to do. I mean, I ain't put it on a lanyard, but I certainly had to show it at work for real.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just like, you know, getting your shots, man. Like I said, I think it was last week, man. Like there should be a dot above your head. If you got your shot, it should be green. If you didn't get your shot, it should be red. And if you got one of them, it should be like purple. I mean, that's discrimination to all get out, but
is it?
I mean, because, man, you can look at people who got that red dot and be like,
Well, it is a choice that you've made. You can get the shot if you like.
I understand that, but I'm just...
It's not like a station in life that, you know, people have made it unaccessible to certain folk. It's not like that. Because you figure if black people getting it in the best neighborhoods, everybody can get it.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, I still talk to some people be like, man, I ain't getting that. And I'm thinking to myself,
well, at least they're not lying. That's what I don't appreciate.
Well,
I mean, he's lying about it.
Hey. I mean, if you're not gonna get it, like, just make sure you out here still masking up and everything. Like,
yeah, you can't be out here I ain't gonna get it, and then you outside and just no mask and nah, bro.
I ain't got no problem with nobody just vehemently being like, I ain't getting it. But all right, if you ain't getting it, you know what to do.
You need to act like it. You need to act like you ain't getting it.
See, that's the thing. Usually with folk like that, they ain't doing nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. Like last week, Lauren and I were at the BJ's, man. This lady didn't have a mask on. I didn't even notice it at first. I just looked her way, and she had this salty ass look on her face. And Lauren was like, "You know, she didn't have a mask on." I said, "Oh, she sure didn't. That's why she was looking so salty." Yeah, that's why she's looking so salty.
I'm surprised they let her in that joint.
Well, apparently, the Lauren said this. She was like, she might have had it on when she walked through, and then took it off.
Man,
so
I mean, I know Walmart still like, yo, you need to put a mask on.
I thought Walmart was like, no, you ain't gotta wear a mask now, except for employees.
Nah, everybody up in that piece with a mask on. Even though I did see one person who didn't have it on, and I was like, I did look at her some kind of way. I was like,
okay, this is classic. My very white wife said a whole bunch of white people up in there not wearing masks. Man,
I mean, she ain't wrong. The woman was white. I mean,
being married to a white woman sometimes is hilarious.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. It's just, it's not even about the color for real. But it's like, yo, man. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you like got your shots and stuff, but but still, it's not like I don't know. I just think you should wear the mask until the government says nah.
I'm gonna wear it. Period. Until the law goes back to where it was, where you couldn't wear face protection. I'm gonna keep wearing it because, for me, like I said before, you got people out here trying to lie and trying to take benefits away from people that did get the shot or whatever.
True.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we got Cole Orton. People suspicious because back when swine flu and Ebola was the news, they didn't get the same response COVID got. I mean, that's true. But then again, I didn't know nobody who had that Ebola.
I was about to say, like, I also didn't know about millions of people with that Ebola.
True. I mean, you've heard jokes about it.
I mean, I'm sure if we had a whole bunch of people with it, there would have been a serious response to it too.
It would have been a response like, I ain't leave my house and I'm good. That'd have been my response.
And swine flu, like, I didn't hear about nobody with swine flu for real. Like,
when was the last swine flu? Like
that was just like a thing that they said existed that I didn't even know actually happened.
That and the bird flu, what was it called? What was the proper name for it?
I think it was a bird flu. I mean,
it was something else. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I heard about it. They tried to say it was Obama's fault that it even had Avion. Thank you, local cowboy. Thank you. And they was like, Obama did all that, and I ain't know no one that had it.
I mean, realistically, it feels like every year there's something that's supposed to take us out. I mean, there's mad cow disease, then there's swine flu.
We too stubborn.
Yeah, there's always something that's supposed to take us out. Hell, I remember hearing about them killer bees that was supposed to be making their way up here. Like,
they made those killer hornets, mortar hornets.
They made a few TV movies about that back when I was a kid.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, man.
This is just the front end of the pestilence that's coming. That's all.
I mean, yeah, they got to send the troops out, man. And
hey, man, I'm just saying.
Some aliens are up in space, like, these dudes won't die.
Oh, they will.
Why won't they die?
Yeah, but man, global warming though, man. Lauren was telling me about these people out there running a marathon. All of a sudden, they got got winter cold and started hailing and whatnot. 21 people died
because they got the winter cold.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be hot, and then all of a sudden it changes like 34 degrees. I'll kill you.
I mean, I get the cold every summer.
Hey, bro, sinuses be killing me when that fluctuating temperature in between seasons kills me. When it be hot during the day and cold at night, messes me up.
I mean, yeah. Let me see. The mask have done wonders for allergies. You know what? That's what I've heard for people who have allergies.
You know what else does wonders for allergies?
What?
A chiropractor.
A chiropractor?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. Pay for that, from experience. I'm just saying.
See, cooties. I mean, if you still getting cooties Dre from VA, that's on you, bro. You need to level up your age.
Circle, dot.
I mean, and see, is that in the actual flu? Ain't nobody talking about getting the regular. That's real talk. Who's getting the flu this year? Everybody's scared getting that COVID.
First of all, last year, nobody wanted to admit to having the flu because you couldn't say you had the flu without somebody being like, nah, you got that COVID, bro. No, don't be out here. You know how many people was out in public holding in coughs?
Oh, man.
Everybody look at you.
Sounded like they constipated.
I got a tickle in my throat in public one time, and I was so scared. I was like, please don't tell nobody on me.
Man,
Corona.
I went in my car, man. Like I was about to cough, and I just like ran out the store to go in my car. I was self-conscious about coughing in public.
You can't do it, man. You can't do it.
I mean, when you would rather fart than cough in public, that's how you know it's real.
Hey, man. Cole Orton. Yeah, we ain't trying to do that black death no more, player. You right about that.
Yeah, I'm glad I went around for that. I don't want none of that.
The plague.
The Black Death. Damn.
Ring Around the Roses, baby. That is not a happy song. That is not a happy song.
Because you all fall down.
Sorry,
man.
I'm looking at the playoff basketball. That's why I keep
I
looking
see.
off the screen.
I mean, because I'm just
You
mad.
watching?
Hawks and the Knicks.
Hey, hometown.
Yeah, whatever. They probably lose.
What? That's just, you know what, man. You need to stop dissing the hometown team, man.
Wait a minute. Just because the Lakers lost, man, don't be projecting your hate this way.
Oh, so that's who the Suns beat?
Don't be projecting your hate this way.
My other question too, I saw a tweet in a video where LeBron was holding his shoulder. Is that serious or is that just a stinger?
Well, apparently somebody it was a hard foul, and next thing you know, there's about to be some fighting up in there.
Yeah, Chris Paul was trying to box him out. Chris Paul was trying to box him out while LeBron jumped, so he fell. He good.
He undercut him.
Okay.
Because he's short.
You know what? Let's move on.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. When you're short, you got to do.
Yeah, we got to get into these topics, but right now I'm trying to watch the Hawks win.
I see that. I see where your attention lies.
Hey man, it's all good. We could do the show. He jump in. He gonna jump in and say something.
Man, I get to root for the Hawks in the playoffs. Once every 10 years. So like, you don't let me have this.
Being generous, longer than that.
You gotta let me have this.
You enjoy that. Let's talk about these home values, man.
Well, I'm trying to get into it, man.
Selling your house while black. What in the world, man?
I mean, first it was driving while black. Now it's selling your house while black.
But you know that's real talk, though. That's always been a thing.
I mean,
this time we just got proof.
So somebody proved it.
Got proof.
So a young lady in Indianapolis, a black Indianapolis homeowner, I should say, bought her house for $100,000. She wanted to buy her mom's house because, keep it in the family and stuff. So she got her house appraised. Hopefully she can use that money to buy mom's house. It got appraised at $125,000. Now she's been in it for a total of like 3 years. But, went up $25,000. Okay, I thought, apparently she did some work to it or whatever. She thought she'd do better. But no, she had somebody else come and approve it. $110,000. Somehow she lost $15,000 between two approvals. So then she's like, man, this is some old BS, man. And one of the reasons that was told to her is because she lives in a predominantly black neighborhood. So it was just like, on her, ignorant. And she's like, I'm going to try something different. This has got to be some BS up in this house. I'm going to take down all the stuff around my house that might somebody think that a black person lives there. All her pictures, all her black memorabilia, and all that. And then she had one of her white male friends come when the next appraiser came, and he was in the house, and she went somewhere else. She left. So after all that went down, the house got appraised at $259,000. So she's like, "There's some old BS up in here."
So she gained value. Let's get straight. Let's make sure we got this right. Her stuff went up $150,000 because a white man was posing as the brother of the homeowner.
Correct.
159. That's more than 100% increase just because a white man. I do want to say that because the man part's important too.
Yeah.
If you don't think so, open your eyes. So it's like, come on, y'all.
So apparently having a penis and lack of pigmentation increases your home value by $159.
Gold standard.
So now she's suing the two people who appraised her house the first time. And then, of course, the second guy's like, hold on, player. Who appraised his house, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, well, that person's name's not being put in because they're not suing him. Which makes sense. I mean, why am I getting the name of the person who appraised the house for $259,000? They're not on trial. Your dumb ass on trial. Because you need to come up with a good reason why. I mean, if it was at least like 170, 180, and then it went to 259, then you look at the first person. But like you said, I mean, 125, then that second person went down to 110. Bruh, come on, man. And then that's the one who's causing the ruckus right now.
And why didn't these people look at public record to see what the house appraised for? Because once your house gets appraised, it is public record. So the second appraiser could have just looked at the first one and been like, all right, let me keep it in line. But this third one was like, I don't know what y'all was looking at. Like, this house look good. This house look good.
Man, look, it's black people involved. You can do what you want to do. like I stated before, white male. And all the people that have praised their house were white men. They can do what they want to do because they don't think that she's gonna do her due diligence, like you just said.
I mean, and typically I am the person that is, gung-ho about just being like, yeah, we know what this is. But I'm actually legit interested in what the first two people that appraised the house, like, what was y'all's logic around making it this low? Like, I really want to hear their story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they about to get sued and everything, but I'm like, I really want to hear, like, how is it that y'all came up 159,000 short? Or how did this other person come up 159,000 too high? Or is the place somewhere in the middle?
Well, and another thing, he said that she bought the house 3 years ago at $100,000. The values around her were rising dramatically. That's why she was like, hold on, player.
Yeah, she thought she had an investment. She was like, this is a come up right here. I can get the equity right here, buy my people's house, and we good.
And then, I mean, equity, 25,000. Then that joint fell to 10,000, bro.
She went from equity to being upside down. Like, how that?
Yeah.
How you gonna be upside down in a house when everybody's getting like at least 30% more than they should? It's an inflated market right now.
Yep.
Come on, man. And you bought the house for $100,000, and then between two assessments, you've gone down to $96,000 of value.
Well, the cash out. So they sold for cash. She would lose $4,000 on the house plus whatever interest.
No. And you living in Indianapolis too? Oh, hell no. Come on.
I mean, they say she lives in a historically African American neighborhood.
I don't care.
That's what they said. I didn't say that.
There are crack houses in Indianapolis that cost more than that.
Time out.
Oh, man.
I know we talk about a serious topic, but I just saw a question in our comments that I'm anxious to answer.
Well, I was going to get to that. I haven't forgotten. I wanted to get, because we had started this, so I want to get through this.
Okay.
Then we'll go back to Cole Orton's question. So you're out there. I got you. I just want to get through this first because I don't want to stop this, then go back to this because it's hard to go back to this, because those are two strong conversations. Right.
I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about this housing thing. Like I said, I'm just interested in what these first people who appraised it, like, what were y'all seeing?
More things you'll never know in life. But we all know.
But they have
did that Marvin Gaye album cover picture on the wall drop the price value? Did
what's
the Black
going
Jesus
on
the wall do it? Like,
that should have added value, believe me.
It was definitely Black Jesus.
That should have added value.
Was the cocoa butter and shea butter being on the bedroom dresser like a dead giveaway?
Look, you know what? That is kind of a dead giveaway. I don't know a lot of white people rocking the cocoa butter, man.
All I'm saying is I'm looking at houses personally right now, and I've seen pictures of houses that look straight jacked up. And I'm just like, 175 and you can't clean the room? Like, I need you to try.
I just said there are crack houses that cost more than that.
So, yeah, KB Yakko might be the Obama picture because, nobody likes that. But, yeah, it's just, hey, we got to be careful out there, as far as selling your house. Make sure you get multiple people to appraise your house.
Or make sure you have a lot of white male friends.
That's what I was about to be like. And make sure you get that. If you got that one white male friend, get that hookup.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of that Cyrano de Bergerac going because you can get no value.
Yeah. So let's go back. Thank you, Cole Orton, for the question. We had just started a second one, but now I'm gonna go back to it. So we're gonna put this question up here. Hear about COVID affected people of color a lot more severely and harshly than whites. Is this actually true, or the media trying to make it a race thing since the whole George Floyd situation is going on?
That's a whole show.
So
no. I can answer this in a basic logic.
Well, you go ahead and start because I have an answer for it too.
The media is saying that this is affecting people of color more severely. Does not mean that COVID-19 does not mean that people with pigmentation are more genetically predisposed to being hit harder by COVID-19. It's just historically we do not have the same means to medical attention insurance, benefits, and it's also been statistically shown that when we go to hospitals, we don't necessarily get the same treatment that white people get. So no, it's not that COVID-19 set out to, disband all the people of color. It's not like somebody dropped it in and said this will get rid of the brown people. It was just basically that, the people who are always more disenfranchised with medical stuff are still that way. So if people of color get COVID and white people get COVID, white people typically are treated better in the hospitals, or they also have the financial means and benefits to take care of things. It's not the media portraying something or trying to make it a race thing. It's just an actual thing. It really ain't got nothing to do with race. It's more of a class thing. It's more of a historical treatment and hospital thing. It really has nothing to do with the actual virus itself.
Okay, and to piggyback on that, the other reason to add to Moby's stuff is it's easier to catch COVID if you're just surrounded by it. And like you said, a lot of it was not necessarily people of color, but disenfranchised people. If you live 5 feet away from somebody else who who has COVID, then it's easier for you to catch it because you're right there. And basically, in parts of the country where there are a lot of disenfranchised people of color or just disenfranchised people, they live on top of each other, right beside each other. So literally, if one person in that particular section catches COVID, it's going to spread because everybody's so close.
And pre-existing health conditions.
Yeah, and pre-existing
diabetes.
Yeah.
High blood pressure. If you have a pre-existing health condition, you're already in the hole. So,
yeah. And then, a lot of people who live in houses, they don't necessarily live right beside their neighbor or super close to their neighbor. So the chance for it spreading that way is a lot harder. Not that it doesn't, but if there are 8 houses out there and one person catches COVID in one of the houses, it's harder for it to get to all 8 unless that person goes to all 8. So the media, as much as we all love the media in its own special ways, there are times where, depending on what you watch, it will they will switch up how they talk about it. But realistically, from what I understand medically, it's one of those, it's airborne, and if you're around somebody who gets COVID or you're close to somebody who gets COVID, the chance you getting COVID is higher. So if you live on top of somebody, who literally, if you live in an apartment that's 600 square feet, and then you got 5 people around you on each wall that's 600 square feet, and somebody catches COVID, it's like the Brady Bunch. You're looking up, down, and around, and everybody's got COVID because you're so close. And was it, as KB Yakko said, am I saying that the runner was engineered to take out poor people? It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying proximity is how it does its damage. Let's see. Take out people who live close to other people. Well, once again, proximity, Mocha Cowboy. That's where it is. Because if 28 days, very good example. If you've seen the movie 28 Days or 28 Days Later, the whole zombie thing, people in enclosed areas caught that and it passed. But the people who lived in the country didn't get it because they want nobody to get it from. Let's see. Go back to Cole Orton.
There is some truth to the race in biology. Pre-existing conditions. As my uncle used to say back in the day when I was younger, pork done killed more brothers than racism.
That is funny, sad, and true. That is funny, sad, and true. That's cold-blooded, man. That's white meat, man. That's the other white meat, man. Come on.
So people with high blood pressure, if you already have any type of respiratory issue, diabetes. So yeah, I guess in a sense you could say race because some of that stuff is genetically passed down, but for the most part, it also goes right back to diet and means to healthcare and taking care of yourself. So people with more pre-existing conditions are hit harsher, and the people who have most pre-existing conditions are impoverished. And in our country, the people who are most impoverished pretty much every country tend to have pigmentation. So I mean, it's just correlation. It's not necessarily a cause. It's correlation.
Well, and Cole Oates came back with another one about the government running advertising campaign, said people of color are more at risk than white people. Like you said, I mean, some people of color have more health conditions and that sort of thing. But if I'm correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, they shut y'all down so nobody can go anywhere. And I think some of that was because there are some places in the UK that, as far as it's not a financial situation, but y'all live kind of close, the 600 feet type of deal, 600 square feet type of deal. So that's why, if I'm correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that's one of the reasons why they kind of just shut y'all down completely. Where in America, they should have shut us down, but these people ain't about that life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Cole Lorton, we had, when COVID hit, we had an idiot in charge of like we had Trump. So like, yeah, we didn't exactly respond to it very well.
Cole knows that.
I mean, I know, but I just wanted to also double down on that. Like, we can't forget that we also had an idiot running things.
Yeah, and then you have people who are pretty much like, this is against, wearing a mask is against my rights. Really? That's what we're doing?
I think Cole understands we're pretty arrogant too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he knows these things.
Good stuff. So we're gonna slide on to the
moratorium.
The mayor of Chicago.
She laid down the law, y'all.
The mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, said, "You know what? There's not enough people of color in the media in Chicago. However, there are a whole bunch of people of color who live in Chicago. So what I'm going to do is, at least from now on, I'm not having any conversations with anybody who, for the media, who is not black, or let me get the official word because I ain't trying to say that, but that's what it is. Basically, if they're not black or brown, I'm not talking to them. Period, point blank. That's what she said. There was some criticism, obviously, for those who can't speak to her. But I really.
That was my moment. Okay.
That was your moment.
Yes.
But yeah, so she decided that, well, we're just not we're not doing this. I'm not going to talk to any people who are not black or brown in the media because there ain't none of us here. Y'all need to do a better job. Blase, blase. I mean, she's the mayor. She can do what she wants. And then we had one person who kind of questioned it, but he was just like, he was kind of shut down because he wanted to interview. He was Latino, and I guess he was like, I can't talk to everybody. So, I don't think it was a slight on him for looking Caucasian, but I think, she basically wants to be like, look, we don't have enough people representing us in the media. So she feels that because of that, black and brown people in Chicago are not getting a fair shake in the media. So because of that, I will not be talking to those people. I mean, what do y'all think about that?
Well, actually, it's complicated. But then I was thinking, like, so everything else is complicated. Thomas Jefferson did a good thing and did a bad thing all at the same time. One of the greatest documents ever. Said all the right things and went back to some slaves. Banged them too. Got them pregnant. All those sorts of things. Made them go down the hill and build UVA. But didn't let no black people go there. Really? Okay, yeah, it's complicated. I don't care if it's complicated. This lady was like, look, we ain't got no brown people. I'm going to make sure that brown people get a chance and white people come in second. Now, it's only going to be for a period of time while I celebrate basically the halfway point in my term.
Yeah.
But if I'm her, I'm like, I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm a lesbian. So F y'all. Because you have to consider how you got here. So we look at Farrah Fawcett burning the dude in the bed, but we don't want to talk about how she got there. So F y'all. She can do what she want to do. Now, if we were being treated fairly all this time, if we were learning how to treat people that live an alternative lifestyle with respect and love all this time, then we would have a conversation. But since we didn't want to do that, we ain't no conversation. This chick is in charge. She is doing it her way. I ain't mad at you. Because if you consider how we got here, I'm just saying. So that's how I feel about it, and that's the beginning and the end to me.
Moby?
Look, I was explaining to one of my coworkers when all the George Floyd stuff was going on, and we were forced into having calls about privilege and stuff.
I'm glad you were forced into that.
Yeah, we were forced into it. So
not me. I ain't do it.
I had somebody ask me, well, I don't understand what white privilege is. Can somebody really explain it to me? And I said, not really, but I'll give you my interpretation of white privilege. I said, in our business world, I was like, in our business world, you can make it to the top of our business world and never have to see anyone that is my color. That is your privilege, because I can't make it to the top of almost any corporate business ladder and not be in a room in which I'm probably the only person of my color. And all I feel like she's doing is really putting pressure on all of these media outlets to hire more people of color. It's not like she's saying, I hate white people, or she's saying, I think white people are inferior. She's simply saying, y'all are doing a very effective job of balancing the scale of who's telling the stories. And she's kind of flexing the only power that she has, which is, I'm just going to reject anybody who's not a person of color. Now, if you are a white person who's offended by that, I don't think you really get it, because it's not like she's saying, I don't like white people. It's not even like she's saying, I don't think white people are qualified to tell the story. I think she's just simply saying, why aren't there more people that look like me telling the damn story? Like, are we not qualified enough to tell the story?
In a location where there's a whole bunch more people that look like me than you.
So, I mean, a person who probably is way smarter than me has a quote, when you're a person of privilege, equality can seem like oppression. So if you're a white person and you feel like this is oppressing you somehow, sorry, shit happens. Deal with it. I mean, they'll vote her out. If people are really that offended by it, they'll vote her out, and this won't be an issue.
In 2 years.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if y'all have a problem with it, deal with it for 2 years and vote her out.
She'll probably be ready to go by then anyway.
But if somehow you see what she's doing as reverse racism or hate or sowing the seeds of division, then I mean, you're just somebody who wants to say that shit anyway. Because there's nothing hateful about even the way she explained it. It's not like she was just like, nah, Whitey, I'm not talking to you. If she said that, all right, I'd be on your side. I'd be like, yeah, you can't just go around saying that. But if she's going to simply state, hey, I just don't feel like we are represented in all of these media outlets in my own city that I represent when I walk down the street and see a whole bunch of people that look like me, yet nobody in the media that looks like me ever interviews me. I mean, I have a problem with that. Once again, she's flexing the only power she has, which is the power to say, no, I won't do an interview with you.
In every episode, Moby shows us why he is here.
Tell you, man. That's that dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
right.
I can't even follow it up better than that.
I mean, really, for real, Ruben, there's nothing else to say, man. This lady, like Moby said, this lady is flexing. And as far as I'm concerned, if you look at how you got here, you had it coming. So it's like he said, suck it up, Buttercup. It is what it is. And that's going to be this way for 2 years.
Yep.
2 years as opposed to 400. I think you'll be okay.
So, the story of the day. which is so awesome.
Wedding squatters, Lord Jesus.
And we late on the story because this happened over a month ago.
That's right. So first of all, let me say what the term squatting is. Now, basically, squatting is you go see a location such as a house or apartment or something like that, and you decide you want to live there, and you decide you want to live there without paying rent. And on top of that, because for some reason in this country we have these things called squatters' rights. That's a topic for another conversation.
That's a whole show, man.
And yeah, so you could go live in somebody's house and be cool. And if you get one piece of mail there, they can't kick you out for 30 days. So, first of all, if there's anything in this country we need to get removed, is that law.
Yeah,
that law is dumb.
First of all, I've been there. That law.
Oh yeah.
Been there. Not a fan.
Not at all. Not at all. So with that being said, this gentleman decided he wanted to get married to his beautiful fiance and a $6 million house. And he went and looked at it and looked at it numerous times like he was going to buy it. Fake.
Ambition, man. Ambition.
I mean,
vision.
You go to places where you want to be. You don't go to places where you at because you already been there. So he scopes the place out while he's there. He visits a couple times. Poor person think they were about to sell this house to him. Whatever. So he decides, baby, we going to have our wedding at this $6 million house. I'd have been there a couple times. Nobody lives there. Yada, yada, yada. We could be in and out. And we can say, this place is ours, baby. And she's like, let's do it. We can blah, 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 blah. She goes along with it.
Time out. We don't know she actually went along with this. This dude could have scammed her too. Okay. He could have been like, yo, I rented the place out. He could have been like, we don't know what he sold her because she's not in the store.
That's very true. However,
we gonna go on that. We gonna let that go.
So
because I don't believe it.
I don't either.
So this fool, and I call him fool because I really have no other adjectives, and I'm not calling him by his name. He goes and gets wedding invitations made for the house that they're gonna get married at. That he didn't rent, he didn't buy, but he realizes nobody lives there. So we're gonna squat this house for a day. We're gonna have a grand party. We're gonna do it up. We're gonna spend all this money on decorations. I guess they had a caterer come, whatever. They grand plans.
So many questions.
Then the day of, he goes there and he is trying to physically get into the place, because they had a gate. He tried to get through the gate. However, what he didn't know is the person who owns the house, this property is so big, there's a separate house there. And that's where the owner lived.
Now, aren't these the hot people?
I don't know what their profession was.
I don't think they spoke on that in the article.
Okay.
So, I could be wrong. Reading is fundamental. But, so he's just like, what y'all doing? And a guy, I guess, tried to explain some stuff. He's like, I live here. This is my house. And then they called the cops. They had pictures. They had everything. They're about to go decorate the place. Look like he's going to get married at Zamunda.
Man, why you got to go there, man?
Because that's what the house looked like, man. The house looked like Zamunda.
Place.
Hey, man. Hey, I could have said Wakanda, but at least...
Which is also a fictitious place.
Exactly.
They got their own money, too.
But you know what? Everybody knows what Zamunda is.
No one knows what Zamunda is, man.
I don't know, man. The young people might not be up on game with that. You might have been better off saying Wakanda.
Nah, man, but they saw the second one. Zamunda was the second one.
Yeah, I don't know if they all saw the second one.
Well, that ain't my fault. So, yeah. So basically, he was just like, nah, bruh, this is my house. You're not having your wedding here. Call the cops. Now, of all this happening, I guess this dude was giving him a wedding gift and did not press charges. That would have been my wedding gift to you. I'm pressing charges. But hey, let that man live.
AG got to speak on this first, because I got so many questions.
So AG, I've laid out the premise. I've laid out the craziness. But I will say one more thing before I let you speak.
Okay.
The guy had a huge set of cojones. I mean, I can't be mad at him. The dude tried.
He was ambitious.
If the guy didn't live on property, he'd have got it done.
Is there another adjective besides cojones and ambition?
I mean, I can say stupid, but y'all don't like when I say stupid. So I'm saying the man had a big set of testicles, and he was going to try to get it done. Can't be mad at him. He failed, but hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He just happened to miss this 3 with the time on the clock. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Look, I'm not going to give this guy a participation award. I think the dude is trifling. I think he's a schemer. I think all in all, he might be harmless, but this dude could be dangerous. He can hurt a lot of people. And I'm just surprised he's still living after all this. This is one of those times when a dude gets shot, I'm kind of like, I understand. You're going to try to run up on somebody's house. Number one, the other thing, too, that blew my mind. How you going to run up in somebody's house the day of your wedding to try to decorate? Did anybody else find that puzzling?
No, what I found puzzling was when he said, when he was talking to the owner and said it was God's plan for him to get married here.
You know,
I wanted somebody else to say that because I couldn't say that.
People that generally say that need Jesus. I'm not even gonna worry about that, man. This dude, I'm not gonna give him no extra credit for this. It's trifling, it's wrong, and he's glad he needs to be glad he ain't dead right now.
So many questions.
And with that being said, he did ask the gentleman who owned it if he could do it there. He said no, a couple times apparently. So he was just like, well, you don't live here, so I'm going to make this happen and take the chance that nobody shows up for police. Well, you took that L.
Man, that's trifling as hell, man.
Moby?
I got so many questions for this dude, man. All right. First of all, I blame Disney for this, and I'll get back to that point later. This is all Disney's fault.
Wait for this. I can't wait for this.
But so many questions for this brother. Like, first of all, this is a multi-million-dollar house. You ain't think there'd be no cameras or security system? Second question.
Well, hold on.
No. Let me get to my questions first, because there's so many questions.
All I'm saying is he checked the place out numerous times. So my assumption is at least one of those times he scoped to see if there's cameras and stuff. Clearly, he did not either see them or he felt confident that he can get past them.
Man, it's rich people stuff, man. Them cameras ain't gonna be out for you to see it. But you think a multi-million-dollar estate ain't got a few cameras up there? Second of all, he couldn't get through the gate on the wedding day, so that means he had been in that house before, so he knew that mother effing gate was there. So what was his plan for getting through the gate? Like, how did you not? Before you made the invitations, before you sent it off, before you told people it was your house, you probably should have had a damn plan to get past the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't do a test run. Like, come on, man. Who dreams this big and doesn't do at least one dry run? Like, the weekend before, he should have just came up in the spot, made sure he could get in the gate, sat in the house for a minute, walked out. Like, he should at least come on, man. They ain't had no rehearsal? Rehearsal?
Hey, they did it in the Italian Job. They had little cars in the
warehouse.
Come
on, man. You got to have at least one run through.
Yes.
Third question and final question. Did this dude honestly think in the era of internet, cell phones, social media, that even if he could have gotten the house, even if they could have got this wedding off at it, you think people wouldn't have been able to be like, hey, somebody was in my house and let me find some social media traces that these people were in my house illegally? You got internet, you sent out advertisement that you were breaking into somebody's house via invitation. So even if you would have pulled it off, they could have found you. You self-snitched before it even happened. You literally called the police on yourself before you showed up. You said, "Yo, I'm about to rob this bank at 3:45 today. Come meet me." That's essentially what you did. Now, I know why the dude didn't press charges against him, because by the time he got there, you know how many black folk were probably just sitting there, and he's like, they already know where I live. So if I press charges on him, who knows how many people gonna come for me? So I think he might have made a smart move by not pressing charges, because he was thinking in the future. He was like, I can't have these brothers showing at my house later. But all right, let me get back to the original thing. I blame Disney, because this dude, yes, he's a scammer. He's probably a schemer. But you know what he's probably trying to do? He's probably just trying to make this woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with happy. And she probably done talked about all these storybook weddings. She probably be watching all the wedding shows.
Disney princesses.
Yeah, so he was just
Disney peer pressure.
Yes. So basically, you know, he probably been dating her for however long. So 3 months. Knows how she's probably been talking about her perfect wedding and how she wanted this and how she wanted that. And he looked at his bank account and he saw it was in the negative. And he was like, well, I can't do none of that shit. But I can think of a foolproof plan about breaking into an empty house and having this dream wedding for, like, you know, we can pull this thing off for like $400, man. Get some fake flowers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to pay for the venue.
$400.
We gonna get my mama to cook some chicken and stuff. We gonna get the good plastic plates. You know what I'm saying? The ones that look like they might be China, but when you feel me, these are really good plastic plates. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So look, man, he was just trying to give this woman a storybook princess Disney wedding, and I mean, he just wasn't that damn smart, because my questions, how did you think he was gonna pull this off, bro? Like, not why were you trying to pull it off? I get why he was trying to pull it off, but how did you think he was gonna pull it off? And once again, how did you think he was gonna pull it? Like, because you were telling people it was your house. So what would have happened if they would have came back the next weekend looking for y'all? Like, oh snap, I left my phone at the wedding. Let me go back and see it. And you see the for sale sign. It's completely empty. Like, now all your game is blown. Like, there's no way that this dude, unless he has some type of mental incapacity, thought that they could pull this off without a hitch. Can't be.
So, all right. So yes, AG, you are correct. The person who owned the house was an early IHOP restaurant franchisee. So, yeah.
Because I knew the lineage was there, and that's where a lot of the money came from.
Yep. 2, Mocha Cowboy said, F it, we'll just do it live. Hey, you got one shot at it. Once again, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Apparently, this clanged off the rim. Number 2, hey, man, and on the article, she's got a really nice looking wedding ring. Cubic zirconia.
Well, that's why his account was in the negative.
Cubic zirconia.
I mean, let's not go counting their money. Like, he might actually have, you know, decent money, but he ain't got $5.6 million estate money.
I mean, that's true.
And he did ask the dude, could he do it? So I imagine he probably was like, yo, he probably was like, I'll break you off a little something, let's have a wedding there. And the dude was like, no, he was like, come on, man, I give you, like, you know.
He's like, I'm trying to sell the house, yo. So this is what was on the invitation, which is so awesome. We are honored to invite you back to our home. Hold on. First of all, back to our home, like they've been. The people who know them know they ain't never been there before. For a wonderful Sunday brunch. Our guests, not guests with an S, guests. So one guest is getting served up food from our renowned chef, Mama, on our resort style pool while being entertained by the sounds of a live jazz band, which made my cousin in them. So,
Mama.
I mean, yo, man, like,
hold on. I want to know what person saw that invitation and had Like some of the coldest questions ever. So wait a minute, you mean you live at a $5.6 million estate and you still ain't giving me my $20 you owe me? Or like, yo, I'm supposed to believe you live in a mansion and you driving a Kia.
Or like, when did you get this house? I ain't never been there. Like, mama should know where he lives at.
I think somebody said, "Fool, I know your credit score." Nah,
stop it. And the house, 16,300 square foot mansion, bowling alley, 15 bathrooms, a home theater, and an 800 square foot bar.
And it's just y'all two. Come on, man! Like, and last week when we went out to lunch, we went to Applebee's, and you supposed to be banking like this
for real.
You and your girl was doing the 2 for $20 and arguing about getting an appetizer.
I'm saving money. The appetizer comes with it. How you argue about what appetizer? The appetizer comes with.
Dre okay. I've never seen an IOU and an RSVP on the same invitation.
Yeah, make sure you bring your gifts in the form of cash.
Oh, no, yeah. The gift should have been bail money, just in case this don't work out.
That's why I said cash. So when it's all said and done, it also had a tennis court, a gazebo, and a pool with a waterfall. Nice.
That's really not even the story. You say $5.6 million dwelling. You kind of understand those things. What I don't understand is what actually happened. This is the stupidest thing ever.
I'm just trying to. Hey, it was supposed to be a reception with a red carpet cocktail hour.
Yeah, for one guest.
Man, you supposed to have a $5.6 million estate, and you just became an assistant manager.
For real.
at Chili's.
Exactly.
He was gonna get all the food from Chili's. Oh my God. So yeah, man. I mean, once again, I will say this.
He's a dreamer.
I mean, he's a dreamer. He has some cojones. He has some very large testicles.
So nice to this dude.
Hey, hold on. I ain't never say he had the cojones. I'm trying really hard not to say he's an idiot.
You just said it. Why don't you just own it? Because you know you want to say it.
No, see, that's the thing. Because I feel like there's got to be something wrong.
There's nothing, Moby. There's nothing. Stop.
I can't. I don't want to live in a world where I think somebody's that dumb.
Because you live in a world where people are that dumb.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to think about it, man.
Okay, you do not want tomorrow to be Monday, but guess what?
I mean, hey, man.
12:01, homie. I'm just saying. 12:01. It's going to be Monday. That's the stupidest thing ever. I just don't know why y'all just don't want to say it.
Hold on. I never said he wasn't. I mean, the man's got balls for doing it. That don't make him the smartest person in the world.
Yo,
the irony.
We missing it, man. We missing it. Where the F was this dude's friends at, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, your boy got to know, like, bruh, wait a minute. I'm the groomsman here. Like, who the best man is? I said it grammatically incorrect because I want to know who man's is this. The police should have shown up and shouldn't even been mad at the groom. Should have looked at the best man. Whose man's is this? This is your fault. Because as a best man, you being an effed up friend. If you convince this dude that he could pull this dumb shit off,
you going to jail. I mean, he had Tiger Woods syndrome, baby.
Tiger Woods syndrome? What are you talking about?
When you think you can do something?
Yeah, you had no friends.
Man. He had to not have friends, man. Because if Tiger Woods had friends,
just needed one.
He would have had a burner. He would have had him on his.
All this dude needed was one friend. Just one friend to be like, "Come on, Reggie, this is stupid." Like, even you done did some dumb stuff in the past, but this right here, this is the dumbest you've ever thought to do.
I mean, then you'd be like, man, she's even not that pretty for this. Well, I'm not saying she's not, but that's what you say.
And then how do you recover after this? You done told all these people this your house. People showing up for the wedding with gifts.
Okay, I got an answer to your question, actually. People that would try to do something like this recover just fine.
Well, yeah, because he ain't got no friends.
Even if they have
or their friends are the same idiots they are.
Sociopath, man. Sociopath.
So do you think she still married him?
Yes.
Yeah, she did. Because she knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
And one of her friends was probably like, girl, he must really love you.
He wanted to go to jail for your
he was trying to give you everything you wanted at this wedding. Look what he did for you.
He was about to go to jail for you. For you.
You realize all of these things are just ratchet as hell, right?
Wait a minute. See, also, I already know that the bride ain't got no daddy in her life.
Stop it.
Is he wrong?
That's not. That is funny.
No daddy in her life.
It's a whole lot of people got offended, but is he wrong?
Or no. Or she does have a daddy, and he tried to tell her that he ain't shit, and she didn't listen.
I don't. I go.
Nah,
no, I don't.
Nah, ain't no daddy here. Ain't no daddy here.
You got to shade with some caution. I'm going with him.
I mean, I don't know. Hey, man. I mean,
what other response does she have besides being on a poll? I'm going with Moby.
Nah, she ain't gonna be on a poll.
Well,
let's
I've seen a lot of things that aren't good enough to be on a poll.
That's very true.
So
that's very true. I'm gonna stop talking about her like that.
Stop it.
All right, we gotta move on because I
talk about this all day.
I could go on for the because there's just so many questions.
So hold on. And
this article does not do a good enough job of giving me some baseline information. So all it leads me to do is just have all of these damn assumptions that are probably right.
So one more thing. The picture he picks is the one that they're hugging each other and she's hugging his waist, but he got his hand on her ass. Like, that's the picture you put? Come on, bro.
Ratchet. Stay with me. Ratchet. Now, it's his fiance. I totally get it, but there is not one picture I have with my wife where my hand is on her ass. Really?
What about you, Moby?
That wouldn't be on the invitation.
Not that you don't have a picture.
I'm just saying, not on the invitation. Not on the invitation.
There is not one in public. Are you serious?
What?
Oh man, ratchet.
Come on, man. Somebody probably got a picture of me kissing or hugging with my hands on the ass, but that's because they caught me off guard. That one for them. But see, that one for them.
I'll co-sign that because see, this is a posing picture.
It looks like it's Christmas.
Yeah, I don't pose like that. No.
It looks like it's Christmas. He got his hand straight up on the cheek. And she like, heck yeah, buddy. This is mine.
Like, that's bae, y'all. No, don't worry about it. Man, we gotta move on. We can talk about it.
We all gonna move on, but that was funny. I hope everybody got time out of this. So it's my time.
Summertime.
My time. So we'll start with Moby on this one. So the my 5 question this week is, how is spending time in the summer different from you now than from 20, 30 years ago?
All right. See, first of all, this is way too easy because 20, 30 years ago, I was living at home with my mama or my grandma, one of the two. So, of course, there's a whole bunch of major differences.
Yeah, the young buck in the room.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I mean, I'm cool with being a young guy. But so I decided to go different and just say differences in kids in the summer period. So difference between 20, 30 years ago in the summer, outside. That's a key component of summer. When I was a kid, teenager, whatever, being outside was a key component of summer. I drove around yesterday on 75-degree sunny day on a Saturday. I ain't see no kids. Like no kid, not a single kid in the outside region. So yeah, because I remember in the summer being at my grandma's house at 10 in the morning, I didn't have a choice. It was, you need to go. You ain't gonna be sitting here all day.
Come back at noon for lunch.
Yeah, you better come back when it's time to eat. And then you're gonna go back out there, and then you need to come back before it's time to eat dinner again. And then you're probably gonna go back out there because you can't be here. Because if you was in the house, See, if you at like grandma's house or if you at any house back in the day, 20, 30 years ago in the house, you can't just sit in the house and do nothing. So, being at home means you got to be doing something like vacuuming, cleaning. So you went outside to avoid doing that.
He ain't wrong.
Another key component is a ball. Any type of a ball. That's all I needed in the summer. A basketball, a football, a baseball, a soccer ball. Like, just roll a ball out there and kids will happen outside and you can entertain yourself. If I got 20 kids outside right now and threw a ball out there and locked the door, I guarantee it'd be 15 minutes before anybody even thought, hey, let's do something with this ball. Because everybody will be trying to figure out how we can get back in the house to play a video game. They wouldn't even notice that ball. So, yeah, the ball is another difference. And then I went way back, like the Icy Man. Like, everybody had that neighborhood frozen pop person that had like the frozen Kool-Aid and was selling for like 10 cents or whatnot. Like, I'm sorry, maybe that was just where I was at, but there was always whoever had the frozen pops. Like, I don't know if that person exists anymore, because that was a hustle too. Getting kids to give you 50 cents for some frozen Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that you spent all of 12 minutes doing.
Yeah, that lady got us, man.
Every day. Those ladies.
What you say?
She used to make me do it. I ain't even get paid. I was the one doing the labor.
Man, you did get paid, man. You had a roof to sleep on. You had a bed to sleep in and a roof under your house.
You know what? At some point, that's some old bullshit. I'm just letting you know.
Come on, don't act like nobody ever said that to you.
And that's why I'm telling you right now from experience. At some point, that's some old bullshit.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Moby.
Here's another one. Like, I know this is going to blow some people's mind because people's preconceived notion that black people don't swim. But swimming, like being at the pool, I spent a lot of my time when I was younger being at the swimming pool. And that was like a hangout for me. Like,
that's for the girls.
What's that?
That's for the women.
Oh, yeah.
Girls. I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, there's no shame in my game. I learned how to swim because of a girl named Leslie. Like, that's how deep it was. A girl named Leslie. I actually know her last name too. It's probably different.
Protect the innocent.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not gonna say it. I'm sure it ain't saying, because Leslie was fine. So I'm sure, hopefully, somebody changed her last name at some point in time.
But you don't know that.
I don't. But I remember I was in Savannah, going to the summer camp. All the fine chicks was swimming in the deep end. I ain't want to be in the shallow end with Chris and Zach no more. I was like, no, bro. So I just jumped. So hey, those are actually two of my friends back in the day. So
no judge.
So I was like, hey, I'm about to go down there and jump in. I remember Chris, man, you can't swim. I'm gonna figure it out today. Jumped in the deep end. I've been swimming ever since. That's literally how I learned how to swim.
You know what? Right now, I just wanted to say, can we all agree that as men, heterosexual men, women will always be the motivation?
I mean,
he could almost he ripped killing himself in the worst way except fire.
Figured it out.
Exactly.
Nobody knew I couldn't swim. I just jumped in, figured it out.
It's always a girl. It's always a girl.
I do have a question though. Was a lifeguard female?
I don't remember. I wasn't looking at that old person. I was young, man.
I mean,
well, you know what? She won't find enough. She was a woman. I promise.
Yeah,
if she was fine, he would remember her too.
Yeah, because you'd have jumped in anyway. Just because if you didn't make it, she'd save you.
Nah, this is probably like a couple weeks after I saw Sade, This Is No Ordinary Love, and Leslie kind of looked like Sade, and I was just like, yo, she in the deep end? Psh, I'm in the deep end.
Sweetest taboo, baby.
Man, Sade has changed your life way too many times.
Hey man, Sade fine.
I just say she wasn't. Stop it.
She can dance in one spot too.
She like 80 years old, still fine. I don't even know why.
80, but some women are just beautiful.
But I mean, the major difference, and it's the last one for me, was just the hangouts, man. Like, I don't know if this generation. Look, I'm old, so I don't know what the kids are doing these days. But like my most memorable moments of the summer are just being with like 10, 15 of my friends, just being posted up somewhere by a stop sign on them green boxes in the neighborhoods, the electrical boxes that you're not supposed to be sitting on, that we was always sitting on. Like just large groups, hangouts. Like I don't see that anymore. And I mean,
because they're not outside.
Exactly. But like to me, that was summer. Like summer meant I was gonna be with a whole bunch of my peoples, just kicking it somewhere, trying to not get arrested.
Trying not
to get arrested, and trying to find some female to let me do something with her, hold her hand, kiss her, X-rated, and that was
X-rated.
I'm just saying, like it progressed, Early on, it was just, hey, I just want a girl to let me be around her. Then it was like, hey,
I want to hold your hand.
Yeah, and then it turned into, hey, like,
what's up with that tongue, yo?
Yeah, let's not get arrested and do something that we ain't got no business doing right now. What's up?
All right.
Dre from VA just hit it right on the head. Today's hangouts are TikTok and Snapchat. He hit it.
It's so sad.
Well, at least some of the TikTok people do go outside to do it.
Yeah, they go outside to do it, and they run into things because they're not paying attention where they're walking, which is kind of funny, actually. I've seen it once. So, all right, AG.
I couldn't swim, include Moby.
I read that. I ain't want to laugh at you. You're right in the middle of your thing. I ain't want to say that.
I mean, I laughed at it because it was funny. Moco Cowboy be coming up with the singers, man. That guy. All right, AG.
Well, number one, I don't drink out of water fountains anymore. I mean, not water fountains, but water hoses anymore. I don't do that.
That's real talk.
Because I promise you, man, I don't know what it was about drinking out of a water hose that was made out of rubber that was melting because it was so hot, and it seemed to taste so good. Which leads me to my second point, which is the reason why it tasted so good is because I was so hot.
I'm about to say, when it's hot outside, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. But grown people don't deal with heat the same way, man, for real. And then the heat and the sugar, because the other thing I don't do is spend all day outside and drink 29 sodas. I mean, are you serious? I can't do it, man. Because it leaves, but the taste in my mouth is like that sugar is like, oh my God. Ooh.
Diabetes.
I'm just saying. I don't give it.
Yeah, you'd be a type 22 diabetic. You did.
My wife in short shorts. She used to wear some shorts back in the day, but it was just what they wore. But I saw my wife in some shorts one time, bro. We were friends, so it wasn't like that. But I promise you, I thought about doing some stuff. Moby thought about doing some stuff. It was kind of creepy because I saw her in some shorts one time. I was like, holy
I don't know if I'd say it was. Well, I guess it could be creepy back then.
It's not creepy if she lets you do it. Just saying.
No, that's called opportunity. Exactly
my point. Well, I don't get to see that in the summertime anymore. But
I'm sorry.
I pretend a lot because she walks to the kitchen and it's kind of hot. So I'm just saying.
Wow.
If I could find those shorts for her, I'd let her know.
All you gotta do is just like, kill that AC.
AC broke out all the windows open.
Yep.
Next thing you know, it's a tank top in the smallest pair of shorts that you found at JCPenney.
Man, I think I might try to do that. Anyway.
Hey man, get it how you live, man.
Well, you got like 5 days to get it done because once you hear this.
Hey man, I'm just saying. And that's about it, man, because it's like I missed, well, I can't say I missed it, but being a kid in the summertime when we were growing up was a lot of fun. It was a lot of outs, like Moby always says, it was a lot of outside. I had a little bit of chores to do or whatever it is, but there was a time in my life where I had no responsibilities. I had no real, I had some stuff to do and I could do it in like 20 minutes. And that was all my responsibility. It's not like it meant anything. And it's just like, you have this carefree life. You leave the house at like 8 o'clock sometimes or whatever, and you stay gone till dark. Because sometimes you would eat over your boy's house or whatever. Sometimes they would come to my house or whatever. We'd raid the refrigerator and just leave again. I mean, we would eat like $50 worth of food and just like whatever. And just leave again and then come home talking about what's for dinner. What? So it was a good time. But those are the things I remember, man. Drinking out of a water hose, you can't do that nowadays. Seeing little girls in short shorts, you could probably do that. But when your wife was one of those, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, don't do that now.
Well, they kind of do.
I mean, 16 gets you 20.
Oh boy, why'd you have to say that?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, that was weird.
I was just saying, don't do that. That's all I said.
I'm just saying, man. So that's 20 or 30 years ago. That's what my summer looks like. It was a joyous time. That and baseball practice.
Let's see. 20, 30 years ago, I was working outside, actually. I was working at camp. So that was cool. You know, being outside all day, as hot as it was and stuff like that, it was better than being inside doing nothing. You know, because right now I can do nothing with the best of them. But back then, I mean, you got to have the energy to do nothing back then. And I'd rather just be outside and just did nothing. Or I hung out with the kids, man. So that was cool. I will say now, not in this job right here, but I would say somewhere around 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I was working in a store. And I hated the summer I worked in a location because you can't go nowhere. So you get to see everybody outside in summer attire, and you stuck with a pair of slacks, a shirt, and responsibilities for 8 hours. You know, a job. So that sucks. At least now my current job, I'm not trapped inside. The worst place I'm trapped is inside my car. That's because I'm driving different spots. So that's cool. You know, I would also say for those who lived in the country, I mean, and we've talked about this before, man, the neighborhood stove, man. I used to love the neighborhood stove. You know, because my parents would send me to the country for the summer. Hey, let's go get some candy at the neighborhood stove. Not store, the stove. And, you know, one stove was like not even a quarter mile away. In the other store, you got to get a ride there. But, hey, you going to the gas station? Yeah. Hey, I want to ride so I can go to the stove. So that was dope back in the day.
That penny candy, boy.
Yeah, boy.
That's right.
Andrew's Groceries in Petersburg. Man, I had $1 and lived like a king.
I know, right? You thought you were paid, and you walk out with pockets full of candy and stuff.
I get $2, get all them penny candies, going to the stop sign and be slinging that stuff out like I was Nino Brown.
Oh, KBICO 25, hop in the back of the truck, no seatbelts. That's right,
bro.
Yeah.
The most dangerous crap ever.
Boy. Oh,
just
man.
sitting in the back of a pickup truck, no protection.
No. If you hit that bump, you better be holding on to something.
Bazooka Joes, Nihilators. What else I like? Twix bars.
What was that? That Nutter Butter? Nutter Honey. Nut Oh Honey. That was penny candy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those. I wasn't a big peanut butter fan, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, they had all sorts of stuff back in the day.
Man, I didn't really eat a lot of candy like that when I was a kid. I got the candy for loyalty. You know
but hold on, man.
That's how I kept my squad down with me.
We need to go back to a statement. Moco Cowboy asked what penny candy was.
Did he ask what it was?
Yes, that's a question mark. Here, this is a question mark
right now, Moco Cowboy. You get
that's right. What it go to penny candy?
I'm sorry. Man. First of all, if you don't know what penny candy is, I feel like you just didn't have a good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just didn't have a good life, man.
Wow, that's so messed up.
Oh, what's your go-to penny candy? I don't know what my go-to penny candy is. Like I said, my go-to penny candy was whatever my peoples was liking because, like, it wasn't really for me.
I mean, Jolly Ranchers were dope. Yeah,
I didn't catch that until later in life. But Jolly Ranchers are good though.
Yeah,
But them Nihilators, man, I used to get stuck all in your teeth and
Nihilators were awesome.
I used to like those edible tubes that had like the it was like it looked like it was juice in it. I don't know what I used to like about it. That was like the only candy I would eat.
I know what you're talking about. Those things are nasty.
And I'm old school, man. I actually like licorice, so you know.
Oh, you and my wife will get along.
So I actually like licorice, man. I mean, there's people who hate licorice, and then there are people who know better.
Wow. Wow. Little bigotry there.
Hello, we got a candy snob in the house.
I know, right? Oh, bubble yum. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I remember. I remember getting the baseball, the baseball gum that
beat me to it. I love that.
Yeah, you pack it, man.
Wasn't that promoting like later in life?
It was promoting tobacco.
Yeah,
but it was so cool to have that wad of gum in your mouth.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, when you play baseball or whatever, you had that in your mouth, and then when you
that's what I did. I played baseball.
Tobacco.
Exactly, because I know I had it.
Actually, no, not everybody changed it to tobacco. Some people switched to sunflower seeds because
I understand
as I got older, the sunflower seeds at baseball game was kind of like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
But some people still went to tobacco.
The big league chew, that's what it was.
And then Bazooka Joe, yep, good stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess the last thing.
Tootsie Rolls. Oh, how do I forget that?
Tootsie Rolls are disgusting.
Ooh. What? Oh yeah, we had this conversation before. I'm not even messing with you right now.
Whatever.
But
you be all right.
Let me see that Tootsie
I got some bigotry too.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So, and I guess the last thing I had, as far as what's different now and stuff like that, it's like I don't know, as far as the summer, like my grandma lived on a farm. So, we would play with some of the, chickens and stuff. Like we would make arrows, like green arrow stuff, and we would go around shooting the chickens. We put like ropes on them or whatever and just try to catch the chickens. It's stuff you do when you got nothing else going on. I know it's sad, right?
I'm just saying, like, that was some country stuff. Man.
Yeah, you gotta make your own stuff up, man.
There was gonna be dinner that night anyway, so
yeah. I mean, I know I lived in Savannah, Georgia, but as I've described to you a lot of times, Ruben, there's a difference between country and southern. I am southern.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man.
More snobbery.
That's not even snobbery. Like, look, I got family that was out in the country, but like when I was there, I was an outsider, and I was well aware of that. Like, I'm from the South, not country. There is a difference.
Yeah.
Black people and Tiggers.
I mean,
we ain't said Tigger in a minute. So
no, we said Tigger last week. We said Tigger last week. I did the show. It was so funny.
Oh yeah, you did say it.
Okay. I'm bringing up old stuff, man.
She said somebody was the realest Tigger in the room. I lost it.
Man, why you always bringing up old stuff, man?
Can't be Tiggers are good.
Tiggers, no, they're not. Tiggers are not good. Not at all. Those things suck. Ass. So, all right. AG, what else is on your mind, bro?
You know what else is on my mind? Y'all too. I want to let y'all know this experience doing this podcast has been more than priceless for me. I have gained new relationships and fortified old ones. I have experienced some things that have helped me make some money. I've gotten better at this craft, and all of it is because of y'all too, especially you, Ruben. So I appreciate y'all. I do. That's what's on my mind.
Oh, man, I thought you were about to say something, but I'm leaving. I was like, what?
No, why I gotta be leaving, man?
Hey, man,
it did sound like a retirement.
I'm about to say, you about to retire, or you about to ask for some more money?
Oh, wait. How can you ask for more money when ain't nobody paying you to start with?
See, stop it.
Then anything would be mo.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
All right, Mo B, what's on your mind, bro?
NBA playoffs is that magical time of year where I try to pretend to actually be following the NBA.
Pretend? I thought you were watching.
Look, man, I am watching, but like I gotta just admit that the older I get, the less of an actual sports fan I become, and it's just because I ain't got the time. Like it's so much sports to be consumed. So when I watch the NBA, this is the time of year where I start to see players that I didn't even know were still in the league. And I'm just like, yo, when'd you start playing for that team? Even though he's been there for 2 seasons. Like, so the NBA playoffs, man, it's like where I can get reacquainted with being a basketball fan, because at the end of the day, like, out of all the sports that I like to actually participate in, like, basketball has always been my favorite sport to participate in. I just wasn't built like a basketball player, and I wasn't blessed with great athleticism, so I chose a violent sport to go to college and play.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, like, look, and Ruben, you gave me the look. I have athleticism, but I don't have like skinny people basketball athleticism. I have like, oh snap, you big and can move athleticism. So that's more suited for football. So this is the time of year where I can like re-fall in love with basketball, and I actually have something to root for. So, ATL, because they just, my playoff team won. I don't know about Ruben's, but
wow,
yeah. Look, I don't get to say it that often, because like typically as a Hawks fan, ain't shit I can ever say to Ruben about basketball fandom. Like, historically, out of all of my favorite franchise teams, I root for losers. That's just been the trend. I didn't choose this life. Apparently, it chose me.
I root for losers. Well, I got something to ask you. Do you think as we get older, we get less interested in basketball because of time constraints? But is that juxtaposed to the fact that there's so much more content than it was when we were kids?
I don't know if it's that. I mean, I think a lot of it is that I've realized that I'm never going to be on the TV playing now. So now it's not big of an important thing to me. But, when I was younger, I used to watch sports like, hey, there's a chance that I might be on TV one day. And now that I'm old, I'm like, man, you never were good enough to be anywhere close to considering that. What was your problem?
Wow.
Okay. I had never had those thoughts.
No, because I'm a huge Duke fan, and I used to watch all their games. And then it's just like, if I see one, I think I'm doing something. And that's because life happened, and that's because I just don't have the time for as much content that's out there.
Yeah, and college basketball is weird, because I used to be a huge college basketball fan. And then when, me and Ruben originally were doing radio stuff together, we were doing basketball games. So me and Ruben talked about college basketball all the time. Like, there was a point in time where I could tell you players from like almost every team in the country.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, yo, if I can name 3 college basketball players, like, I think that's impressive. I don't be knowing half of these dudes. Like, the NBA draft comes around, and I just be like, if you say so. That? Yeah, I mean, if you say he good.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all that's on my mind. I'm getting to watch basketball again, and now I'm trying to pretend like I know everybody on the Hawks. Like, I'm watching the team that I root for going, oh, snap, I forgot Lou Will was on the team.
That's jacked up. Got them wings, though.
Lemon Pepper Lou. That's what I call him. He's forever going to be known as Lemon Pepper Lou.
Isn't he? He really is. And he's a really good player. But
he is. Lemon Pepper Lou, man.
But all we know is the wings. From Magic.
It used to be all we knew was he had 2 girlfriends that lived with him, that he traveled with all the time.
So, that's all I knew.
And that he never did interviews talking about it, which I also gave him mad props about it, because like most dudes, if you got 2 living girlfriends that look like that, you want to talk about it to everybody. And Lou was always like, no, we ain't talking about that. So
you're not Charlie Sheen and me.
Yeah, so I always respected Lou for that. But now he just Lemon Pepper Lou. You know what I'm saying? When he make a shot, I'm like, that's Lemon Pepper Lou cooking.
That was good.
Nice. So, man, what's on my mind is very simple. I'm kind of bored. But in that boredom, I have rediscovered myself. So I feel good about that. I feel like I'm now in a position mentally to take steps to make myself better professionally and personally. So, like, I feel good about that. It's everybody has trials and tribulations, and then everybody has that time when they realize you know what? You can do this. All you gotta do is do it. And once you realize that you can do stuff, I mean, it makes life a little easier. So, yeah, I mean, for me, the only thing that's on my mind is basically, yo, I'm just trying to be the best Ruben Brown I can be. And hopefully everybody out here, including y'all two gentlemen, are trying to be the best them they can be. Because if you're not your best self, you're just a shadow of what you could be. So I implore everyone to be their best self at all times.
Now, how you gonna get on AG for sounding like he was about to retire when your opening statement was, "I'm kind of bored"? Like I thought you was about to shut this down too. Like I'm kind of bored with this. 5-minute warning will be changing format. We no longer need these two bums. It's just gonna be me again.
So the quality can drop considerably. Nah, I'm good. Nah, man. Nah, it's
It's the 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown.
Yeah, shut up, man. I can't wait till this pandemic is over so we can actually be in the same spot and take a picture. That way it's not.
I have been wanting to go to Richmond and go bowling with this dude for months. I say we ought to do that.
Why go bowling with me? Like why we bowling?
Your thing, man. You like to bowl.
Yeah, he would kill us.
I ain't say he wouldn't. I'm just saying,
okay,
it's a good team building.
Hey man, I'm down.
Have some in bowling alley food. Oh, some of my favorite food is just saying.
Really?
Bowling alley food is chili fries.
Nah, man.
Come on, man. Chili fries.
Hold on, man. You have been
fake cheese.
Nah, man. You have been spoiled by the bowling alleys in Chesapeake.
What's the difference?
A lot.
So you mean to tell me bowling alleys in Richmond aren't cool?
I mean, nah, they cool. I don't really be eating the food like that.
Yeah. The food ain't the greatest.
Well, that's the whole point.
It's all right. I mean, it depends on what bowling alley I go to. Some of the ladies be hooking me up.
But but as far as like the Chesapeake Bowl one, the one in Chesapeake, yo, that food be slamming. Well, we did
you mean
the one that's like right off of like Pewsville Road or whatnot?
Nah, the one we had the big 32 at the big.
Yeah,
we had the tournament at.
I used to get off Pewsville Road accident.
Okay.
Yeah. That was bowling alley. I started it. That's why I used to bowl during middle school.
Yeah,
man.
that food's slamming, but there's some bowling alleys no.
He said no. Okay.
You would think you're right. It should be at least edible. There's some place now.
That's pretty hard to do, man, because that food
exactly
is really edible to start with.
They work hard, man.
All they do is drop it in the deep fryer, and that's probably why it don't appeal to me no more. Like and maybe I've been in the bowling alley too many times. Like
5-minute water convention.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. We'll have to talk offline about that because I'm down with that. I mean, could that be good?
Cool.
Huh?
I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, that'd be cool.
You gotta get our schedules together.
That way he doesn't have to travel and he can do something he likes to do while he massacres us.
Get some FW bowling shirt merch with a special catchphrase.
Nah, Ruben will probably kill us in bowling.
Shut up.
No, don't even try. There you go being Moby again. Don't
with
even
my
try.
200 pin handicap, probably.
Okay. Exactly.
Cool. Well, look, thank you to everybody who's listening. Thank you for everybody who spoke today. Thank you to everyone who listens to this show, either on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitch, and on the podcast when we put it out either Thursday or Friday. Tell a friend. Follow us on social media, as you can see below. Also, hey, just thanks for your support out there and stuff like that. Be safe, be good, and be the best person you can be. What? Should a team name my pillow guy? I told you, man. Moko Cowboy be coming up with the money, man. He be coming up with the money.
Hey, KB, I go like you wrong.
Hey, man, it's all right though. But yeah, we'll be back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Hey, I got it right on Twitch, YouTube, and on Facebook. Y'all have a great week. We will see y'all later. Peace.